All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Zombieland Saga, Season 2, Episode 10. What was that wonderful arc we experienced?
Just treasure.
Yep.
Just buried deep beneath Saga.
Mysterious and legendary, even. But now we're back to the future, the present, this whole time where the idol group is, and I'm kind of itching for some Kotaro backstory.
I think that on some level we got it. So I don't know if it's necessarily something that they would want to go into immediately from here, but maybe combining it in some ways with Sakura, given that there's a little bit of tie-in with the two of them.
And we're not talking about Tai, we're talking about, Inui.
Some
Inui-kun.
Some school friendships that unwittingly were had.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that could be rather interesting. But on the other side of things here, we need to get prepped for our vengeance.
That's right. Yes.
So that we can take back our reputation as French Shosho, being a strong idol group.
Right. Let the entire country know that we are indeed the #1 idol group.
And specifically Iron Frill as well.
Yes.
Our rival.
That's right.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion. Okay, yeah. So we got ourselves a little bit of a trip through memory lane. A couple of these kind of perspectives being ones that we didn't have before because we kind of raced through a lot of the time skip of, we blew a concert at EFS.
Right, and that was a great start for the season.
Right, and that's our motivation. We're in debt. Let's get out of this.
Right, but if this season is going to be called Revenge and they're going to get their revenge, then it makes sense that we need to see the details of exactly how that happened.
Yep.
Awesome.
Kotaro fucked up. Kotaro fucked up big time.
He was too invested.
He was not only too invested, he specifically, restricted the ability of them to sell the maximum number of tickets possible by not allowing pre-sales, which is,
really, really dumb.
Really arrogant. Like when I say, arrogant, it's the height of, stupidity and arrogance. Because, nobody is going to travel over to a concert to then buy the tickets.
Well, and also, I mean, granted, they had some people do that, but this is, if doing that for a regular concert or something a little bit bigger than what you're used to, okay, sure, maybe, right? Sure. But this is something where I believe their previous concerts were 500 and they were wanting to work up to 1,000. Yeah. So 50 times the size.
Yep.
And you try and make it more difficult for yourself. I feel like that's like someone who goes into a Dark Souls game and then is like, okay, I'm going to play this game for the first time and have it be a no-hit run or something. It's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not gonna go well. So
I'm gonna do it with only a shield,
Right. Cestus build, it's like, no.
Hey, that's actually doable,
Oh yeah. But okay. And he admitted to the group, I was wrong. He did that deep bow, right? There was not the usual theatrics and antics and everything.
And fakeness, if anything.
Right. He was real with them, right? And then when it's we're gonna do this again.
We're gonna tie this into our story.
Yep.
The issue here is that you can tell that he is still in that slight bit of, we need to do something. And it's not desperation, but it's akin to it. And that's something that we got even more info about why he might be desperate.
Because there's a timeline, apparently.
There's a timeline, apparently, but not only that, there's something specifically that's going to happen with the Saga revival project, essentially. Even though it's called Zombieland Saga,
Yeah.
But just the idea that there's a curse that hangs over this land.
Right.
Over the people here. The girls have died from it. That's something that our resident immortal necromancer attributes to this, which is why them being the idol group that's going to save them is such a big deal, because they're kind of then defying the curse every time they go up to perform, which means then we have an also magical potential reason why a lot of their bigger attempts at making a massive concert end up having horrendous weather issues.
Right, yeah. That they end up pushing through, but at the same time, it's enough to end any regular concert.
Yep.
If not for the fact that they were zombies, it would have ended them, right? Either the concert or their lives or both, right?
Right.
And now we have another situation where, assuming that's their house,
yep,
it got swept into the ocean. That's, even for zombies, I feel like that's a problem.
It's a serious problem. Now, given that we started off with Kotaro birthing the legend of Squidman.
That's right. Yes.
No one's gonna make a game out of that.
Nope.
But him having his little moment there. I think if Kotaro can survive that, our girls are gonna be just fine.
That's true. Yeah. But will they make the show on time, right? Like, and then it looked like the whole region just blacked out.
Oh, the whole region blacked out, yeah. And this is according to our resident immortal necromancer, this is the moment. This is the thing that was prophesied to happen.
So, okay.
So does Saga basically end up becoming a place where people have to evacuate from?
Oh. Yeah, keep going. But I think I got it.
Yeah, and then maybe they come as like to the concert as a place to have refuge.
Yep, I think so. Yeah. And then at the darkest time for Saga, right? When everyone is like, you know, horrible stuff has been happening. They come to the concert hall, and then Friend Shosho is there.
Yeah, but then no one will really be there. Like, that's the thing, though. It won't. Saga's not that big,
right?
Like maybe it'll be 5,000. You know.
I mean,
maybe 2,000.
I feel like if the stadium is in an area, then that means that there's at least enough people in the surrounding area to fill the stadium.
I guess
not that
I'm
they would
not
necessarily go to the
children.
concert.
I guess what in my mind I'm counting basically adults. You know, those that would actually pay.
Right. But that could be one of the cool things about this is that then Friend Shosho isn't just for like the usual demographic that might be interested in an idol group.
I mean, they've broken through to every demographic.
But
they have no issue with that.
Right, but you know, it's the what's the lion's share of your audience versus like the outliers
18 to 35,
and stuff. Right, exactly. You know, and then maybe the kids. But if they have something where it's like just about everybody, right? Then suddenly it's not just a thing of like, oh, there are the people that are into idols. Then it's the no. These people are the icon of Saga.
Yeah, I'm actually curious now. What is the population of Saga?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
800,000.
It's humongous.
Yeah. Which makes sense if they've got a stadium that can seat 25,000.
Right, now this is a prefecture, to be fair. So it's not really fair to...
Yeah, it's not like it's a city.
Right, but it is one of the smallest prefectures, it seems.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a lot of towns individually in it. And
okay.
They're decently sized. Okay.
But yeah, so if... I think we're, like, our minds are connected on this and we've tapped into what the show's going to do, because that would truly be
pretty cool.
Right, if you wanted to have Kotaro something that is legendary, right? You know, a meteoric rise.
100,000 people show up and they're crammed inside.
Exactly.
25,000
right.
Stadium.
The way that, you know, any fire code would be like, nope, you can't do that. But specifically in an emergency where it's we need shelter, right? Then hey, there you go.
That would be epic. And if they had a way, I don't think the stadium has a cover. Doesn't look like it does.
It might be one of those ones where like the cover can like close over it or something.
I was looking at the top, like, and I don't think it does.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, then you'd get lightning in the sky above them. You know, maybe even striking one of them.
Flood. It wouldn't be really great refuge specifically to hang out in the thing there if there's no cover.
At least cover against the wind, maybe. You know, like
barely, yeah.
Like I think
the bowl would create this almost like.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things where there's the storm itself. There's the rain, there's the wind, but then there's also the ocean. And I feel like one of the reasons why the house ended up collapsing was because it was so close. It was close to the water, right? And so there could, like, if I were to think that there were people that would like lose their homes and stuff, it would be because they were close to the water
and erosion.
Yeah, exactly. Just crazy stuff happens. Some truly ridiculous storm, right? And then they're displaced, and then that way, you know, a place with, you know, with walls at the very least to protect them against the wind. You know,
huge foundation, yeah.
Right, incredibly huge foundation, far away from the from the ocean. Right, they go there and then.
Yeah, that would be something. Imagine if also it's not a thing of where they even like are there specifically to perform, but it's a thing of where they then go around the city after they've climbed out of there and then they're escorting people to the stadium.
Oh, that would be like some like old like it makes me think like those old like kids Disney movies or something where it's like
by lightning and now they're all glowing like
sure, but like the
saving.
There's things more important than winning the race, right? Like, that kind of thing. And then they go out and do that stuff and everyone's like, oh, thank you so much. And because they're zombies, they can help them in ways that no one else could.
Sure.
And maybe a bunch of people see them as zombies, because like they weren't able to like apply the makeup and the anti-water, waterproof spray before the house got swept up, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, they're zombies. Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
Yeah. And then the article comes out later and it's like, yep, we'll stand by them,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we've really seen an episode in this show, maybe in season 1 when we were dealing with Ai's backstory and stuff, where we really got like a prep episode. We're like, because like this episode is like the EFS show.
Yeah, it was a lot more episodic, and then it was maybe a little bit more of a combination of like, we're going to set up the first half of a character's backstory.
Right,
it wasn't really a prep episode.
And with this one, it's like everything is riding on this and showing how everything is going badly.
Yeah. And there's only 2 episodes left after this. So.
Yeah. So it's like, what? Are we just going to get a 2-parter of like the finale? Like,
yeah, I think so.
That would be awesome.
That would be so cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And thus this episode in a lot of ways was probably the slowest paced because we jumped through a lot of the things that we had already kind of known before, but we had so much just good Kotaro shit throughout it that it made it that much more fun because he was on fire. The voice acting again, just killing it with this ridiculous over the top caricature that he plays. And I'm so ready for a finale now. I just can't wait.
Me too.
Yeah.
One of the other things that I thought was kind of interesting is that we got it dropped that apparently he had to find the guy that's the immortal, right? That taught him how to bring back the dead and everything.
Huh?
Because he said like when I found that boy 12 years ago that said he wanted to bring back Saga.
Yes.
So
Kotaro was found, not the immortal was found.
Well, regardless, whichever one's doing the searching, But point is that I had assumed up till now, once we got into the Yugiri stuff, that it was something where they had like always known each other, right? Because if Kotaro is like some descendant of Ichi or whatever the dude's name was that looked like Kotaro in the backstory, right? But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case because if he's immortal, he's not necessarily going to be living close to, like, even if they're descendants of his, right? He's probably going to keep his secret as best he can. So it's not just a, like, this was always planned kind of a thing of, like, Kotaro, like, carrying the torch. It almost takes on more of, like a serendipitous, like almost destiny kind of feel to it. Because, even today, even though he wasn't necessarily told that you need to save Saga, right, as a part of some immortal legacy. No. He just really wanted to. And you know what? He ended up finding you.
Okay, so I feel like I kind of get what you're saying here, but I think we need to double check and clarify because the Zombieland Saga project has nothing to do with the Immortal. That was all Kotaro's idea.
Right, it was all Kotaro's idea, and then he helped him bring them back.
Yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is that Kotaro did not have any desire to save Saga before he was told. Well, sorry, he might have,
but he didn't have the.
But he didn't have that as his grand goal or what have you.
Right, because he wouldn't have known that was possible, right?
Right, and
you
also
can't bring people back from the dead. That's silly. Yeah.
No. So okay. I'm trying to separate the fact that the idea of the Zombieland Saga project is an answer to the problem of Saga needs saving.
Right.
So this guy finds Kotaro and tells him about who he is, what he can do, and all that stuff. Yeah. And tells him that Saga is doomed, basically.
Right.
And that I need your help. So he actually seeks out the descendant specifically.
Okay.
And then gives him the I need your help, basically. And the only person, like Kotaro was saying, that would actually listen to this old crazy man is someone like him, someone that would be gloomy, someone that wouldn't have really much of anything.
Gotcha.
Like something that would govern them. And then he's like, okay, sure, old crazy man, yeah, whatever. Mm-hmm. So then he comes up with the Zombieland Saga project. That's his thing. Right. That's the two separations. That old man has the dream, or basically the desire to save Saga, knows that it needs saving, but it's Kotaro that comes in with the actual method that this guy probably didn't even believe would work necessarily.
Sure, right. Yeah, it's the yeah. And I can't remember if they actually say what the circumstances was of the two meeting of it, like one looking for the other. Or...
Well, Kotaro said that you found me. Like he was saying that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. The old man was the one doing the looking. Yeah. That's
okay.
Specifically said in the episode here. Yeah, I can find it, but it's gonna take a second here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't necessarily matter either way. Yeah.
Well, no, I'd say it does matter because Kotaro doesn't know the reason as to why he would search for this old guy. There's no.
Yeah, right. I figured it. Okay, yeah. There's the line. I met 12 years ago could pull all this off. Yeah, I always figured it was just like he stumbled into the bar or something like that. He was talking about like, and of course this is pure conjecture on my part, right? It doesn't have any like evidence from the stuff in the episode, but I figured that it was something where he was talking about wanting to save Saga in a way that reminded the old man of, the kid from way back then that went around with the flyers and everything. And then he's like, well, you know what? You remind me of somebody, and there theoretically is a way. Like, he tells him his story and he actually believes him, and then he's like, you can bring back the dead. Okay, zombies, let's do it.
I get the vibe that there's a possibility that could be extrapolated from the half-crazed part, but I don't think so, because the idea that he would be the one to share the story first, therefore, who else would have believed you, So that's him telling the story based on some...
Right, yeah, exactly.
Desire that the old man has, basically.
Right, and seeing something in Kotaro that makes him think there's some merit to actually telling this kid
or just
story.
That he knows who he is descended from.
Sure, that too, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
But so
if anything, it's really, really kind of curious that we still haven't gone back to Kotaro being a high schooler,
right,
and being connected to Sakura there, because Sakura is the one that makes me think that this is not as much a grand motivation of Kotaro's, and this is actually more of a
save Saga thing,
personal, emotional thing that combos rather nicely with the, if I do this to help save Saga, this old guy with necromancy powers will help me.
Right, but maybe all I want to do is give my high school crush the dream that she always had.
Sure.
Yeah, I could totally see that being the case, and I was kind of expecting it to go more into that kind of Kotaro backstory.
I feel like that's end of the series reveal.
That could totally be it.
Because we kind of know, but Sakura is the main kind of character,
right?
Kinda. So
us seeing the details and Sakura getting the revelation.
Yeah.
Yep.
But all right.
Okay.
All right. The finale looms ahead, and so does a terrifying storm that is not stopping anytime soon.
No, it is not.
Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.